themselves. The only one that might suffer a little bit is the Mars up against the Slark, but there's going to be a clash on the bottom lane first for sure. So who knows, maybe the Slark loses a bunch of regen there.
Does FNG start with enchant level 1? Is the big question. Do we go heal first? There is an Oracle going up against, though.
For trading purposes. Yes. And this Oracle, if the Oracle is the one that stays in the lane, once he gets to level 3, and she's going to need to have that heal ready at all times. She is so fragile, she dies to those Oracle nukes.
Yeah. There will be Kick, DK Fogus, and TSA up against Nico Baby and FNG. Looking for the root, but too far away to catch. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have Hansken and S4 going up against Chikirao on the Troll Warlord. Of course, the mid lane matchup's going to be an interesting one as well, seeing the TA up against the Void. So once again, like semi-ranged versus full melee. And FNG got to be a bit careful here. Kick will force FNG a bit backwards, force maybe some regen out of him. There's a lot of regen on Edge, though.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
At least racks up a nice amount of damage with the double fairy fire, so +4 on top of the 50 that already has. And here's the mid lane matchup. So we got Limp and yeah, have Young G under the name of Lorenov. Nickname change, anyone?
Interesting. Anyway, the top lane is two very strong lanes going up against each other. Troll Warlord is always powerful with the mischance against any right-clicking laners, as well as with the ability to stay out of harm's way and just last hit from range. But of course, we talked about the Geminate attack plus the tag team later on.
Yep.
And so far it looks like actually Alliance do not want to take this lane head on. There's a lot of damage coming out from these two heroes, so Hansken is pulling the creep wave over to the side, takes care to stutter step a little bit and block the camp up, just so that the Oracle and the Troll can't pull their own creep wave into that camp, get extra EXP out of it, and Hansken's going to take this entire wave behind his own tower.
And we'll focus on that. S4 chasing up the Troll here behind the tier 1 tower. Bit of harass coming S4's way. The root will connect as well, so the Shukuchi running out, but doesn't really mind the current situation. It's good to have the Tusk get that level 2 and have the Tusk help out a lot more. Have some kind of initiation power as well. So once they have that level 2, they can try to go for either, depending if you want to go charge or snowball, but definitely tag team as one of the abilities and just run at them. But bottom lane, Nico Baby sitting at 9 CS. We got 4 on the Mars right now, so DK Focus not as much right now. The lane is pushing in his favor though, so right in front of his own tower. And the best thing is that they have blocked the easy camp, so there's no pulling capability here. FNG could potentially, he's already cut down one of the trees to the hard camp to use that for his advantage and try and pull. Right now, they're just letting the brawl happen as it is, as they have Nico Baby at level 3. And FNG, that impetus spear, this is completely different.
Very different from the previous Rubik Ench matchup.
Yes,
and
yes.
The other big difference is that this Ench had the camp blocked up with her own sentry ward, but when she noticed that the easy camp was blocked, she actually denied her own sentry to get this pull off here now. Stealing the tomato creep as well. Meanwhile, brawl is happening in the top lane. S4 getting pretty low.
Oh yeah, Kick might be the first casualty. S4 should be fine. Oracle 1 hit away from dying. Pops the salve. Bit of jukes here in the trees. Hansken cannot close the gap, so just in time Chikirao throws the throwing axes there to slow down the Tusk, and Kick will survive with the usage of that salve. But Tusk has his full combo already. Will only need to pop that mango. Won't go for it though. Kick doesn't allow the opportunity for it. Still no kills on the board. But as the current situation is like this, Oracle has to get more regen from the courier that just arrived. Going back to base, and it's going to have to come all the way back again to this lane. Allows S4 to apply pressure on the Troll. Hansken, however, isn't making any moves on the troll when he probably could have had an opportunity that Kick can't really intervene. Now they put the ops ward as well. They see the location of him as well.
And the biggest problem here for Alliance is that they might be getting all of this extra regen out of their enemies, but at the same time their mana stocks are running pretty low. So they can't keep up this aggression unless they too ferry out some mana regen. And at the very least, S4 is going to bring in some raindrops which have that passive regeneration. And Hansken? He's
Hansken's fine.
for now.
But at the same time, Rubik forced away from lane. Mars is going to have to solo lane this bottom lane for now. FNG doesn't have the mana to punish DK Focus with Impetus Spears right now, so this is a lacking situation. The Pounce will also miss from Nico Baby, so they won't get the trade. He also doesn't get the Courier that just arrives for DK Focus. And FNG, he gets the sentry kill, but realizes where he's placed his own sentry, so he's just gonna deny after right placing it. Go. Takes a few
That's
hits
the
to deny
second
that,
time.
though.
The second time he kills his own sentry right in the middle of their camp. That's pretty funny. You gotta do what you gotta do, though.
Hansken. His kick is pinging the location, but no backup for
Runes
now.
are coming up.
Yeah, the
I'm not
bounties
sure
are coming
Hansken
and
can-
should be Hansken. Alright, he takes one. And nasty harass coming on Hansken. Doesn't want to overextend that. Akira could have maybe intervened at that point, but no. Still 0 kills on the board, and both teams trading and farming.
The mid lane is 100% going Limp's way, though. I've been peeking in here and there, and Limp's doing an excellent job at dodging the side blades as well as using the.
And they find the
damage
TA. They're
on
going to
the
put some
controls.
harass here as
Oh,
FNG's there with the skeletons. They break
Double
the
damage
shield.
on Limp.
And FNG, with the help of Limp and the DD rune, they get first blood for Alliance. And that is, I would almost say, the most important kill here right now for Alliance, because they're slowing down the power spike for TA by a minute at least, maybe even 2 if they keep on going. But then again, Nico Baby left alone in the bot lane, has TSA and DK Focus harassing him, only down to half HP. And once Slark hits that level 6, his lane is going to get much easier. Kick
going to go for
gets
TA
the
again.
Courier. 2 HP remaining on that Courier. But then again, in the mid lane, they're still going back onto Young G, and he will fall. So, FNG with a second kill. I did
And
not see how that rotated, but Kips, you probably
they
saw
were
the whole
still there.
action.
Yes. It's pretty simple. This is Limp's a TA player. He knows how devastating that death is, and he's just like, alright, they canceled the TP that was coming in. It means that only one of their supports still has a TP. If we are here with 2 people, we can kill her again. And the catapult is even coming in. This could not be more perfect for Alliance. Walk of shame for the TA. Tower for Limp. And he's got another rune bottled up again as well. There's deep vision placed over on the side here. So, and the other one as well. Alliance take full control of the middle of this battlefield. And this is going to really hinder. Oh,
And
no.
once again,
Are they
the
going to do it
aggression,
again?
Limp. They
2
get
steps
half
from Limp,
HP
though.
at least from TA, but Young G will live. Nice sharp block from Hansken, keeping Shakira away from them. Meanwhile, TSA will go down to Nico Baby, who is very low, so is FNG. But DK Focus, no soul ring in his use. It's sitting in his stash. So not enough mana to try and punish Nico Baby. And that's your level 6 Slark as well, so he will regenerate always when he's out of vision. So punishing the Slark out of lane has to be a one-shot kill, otherwise you are using a lot of resources just trying to punish him and look for a kill, but he will just go back to full HP. Now Hansken's also moved towards the bottom lane. They've got the web onto DK Focus. Snowball, get the stun, and they bait at least a TP rotation from TSA. And Kick is coming in as well. Nico Baby taking the front line. They're really showing dominance here, that you don't want to mess with us.
Yep. And with the amount of TPs they've been drawing, Limp can now pretty much do whatever he wants with his next astral steps, just because none of the supports on the side of Winstrike are going to be available.
Bit of camp stacking around. S4 realizes there's a double stack there. There are not really that much stacks, at least in the Winstrike side of the jungle. There's no stacks here either for Alliance, so I would expect that they start stacking for this TA soon enough, like maybe in the few minutes to come. At least the Ancient Camp, if they can hold this bot lane, keep that tower up, and try and spike up the TA as much as they can, because if you look at the net worth, TA is 5th. Those 2 deaths really punished her. So she is more afraid now that she's lost her tower as well. And rotations are coming in. Void Spirit going top. Very low HP Troll Warlord. Limp trying to catch up here. Troll dropping low. Here comes Limp. And that's your kill. Just like that. Troll has no time to react to that. Limp gets a kill there.
And they knew that the Rubik still couldn't come in. He's the only one who can instantly save the troll with that lift. This is why baiting out TPs from enemies just by applying random pressure can really do dividends for you. And at the very least, as you said, this TA is going to have some space to farm because the ward that Alliance had placed up here has been removed. So at least the triangle is safe for now. But I am worried about this scenario that I described in the draft coming to pass, which is nobody on the side of Winstrike has enough farm to really come forward. Alliance can just punish by 5 manning if necessary.
Yep. And FNG will now feel the hates from Winstrike, so he'll get impaled on the wall of the arena. DK Focus will get the first kill for Winstrike, but here comes Limp jumping into the middle. Mars is very low on HP and will fall, so Hanskin gets credited with the kill. TSA trying to make a run for it, but it's not going to happen this time. The snowball will connect. The damage is there. Nico Baby gets the last hit as well. So 2-0 for this Slark, and it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade in favor for Alliance. And the bounties as well snatched. Looks like it's a 3-for-1.
Alliance is running away with this game now. This movement of the Troll Warlord towards the bot lane, it's supposed to get them some space on the map eventually by getting the bot tower down. And they were kind of hoping that they could get Alliance to just give up this tower, give a little bit of space, a little bit of breathing room. But no such thing, I'm afraid. So now catapult waves are coming in, but Nico Baby can just blow up this bot wave. Limp's going to be applying some threat towards the middle tower, because he can always dive if he wants to.
But this is a big problem for Winstrike, because they were probably expecting to be ahead. But right now, it's definitely not their scenario, so they have to adjust and adapt to this. TSA Limp is playing super aggressive, and he makes it pay off in the end as TSA falls. Young G not able to jump into that.
A lot of trust put on Hanskin's Tusk there, but then again, Hanskin's a superb Tusk player.
And DK Focus got to be careful. There's 3 players approaching him. S4's around. Hanskin's right behind the corner. Hello, DK. And DK Focus will be the next casualty here. They will get FNG killed, but that's a... Well, does he get denied even? No. Limp will be given the kill. So they're just tanking the hits for their mid player to get the kill. That's could almost say appreciation and worth. They want to get this Void online.
Don't underestimate FNG going up the high ground there. He's giving the information. He's keeping people occupied so that no help is going to come in for this Mars.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing there.
8-2 on the scoreboard. Limp putting more aggression once again, just assuring dominance here in this mid lane, forcing TSA and Young G away from there. Meanwhile, Winstrike with 3 heroes. DK Focus, Kick, and Chikirao here right next to the tower of the bottom tier 1, so they might be able to take that. But Nico Baby's around. They find the Slark. They are too scared. Too scared to initiate on him. But for good reason. I don't think they might even be able to kill the Slark in time. Still has his ultimate and everything.
I don't think so, no. And the poor TA can't go anywhere outside of this little space right here.
Yep.
Alliance has been flanking the mid lane constantly.
They've been trying their best, and it's been working out really well. Now they end up finding Hanskin, so they get themselves a kill with the Arena of Blood. DK Focus will be credited with that. TSA finds Limp, but doesn't go for the lift. I mean, if they can kill Limp, that would be huge for Winstrike at this point, because they can just open up their game through that. They have their Blink Dagger on TA in 50 gold, but it's just a Blink Dagger at that point, so it's only a Blink Meld Strike at level 1 right now, at level 9, so it doesn't really even do much of a dent here on most of these heroes.
It does not. Limp has the Resonant Pulse, and I got a level with you there, T-Pan. I don't think Limp dies if they catch him.
Yep, and
he has to mismanage his steps. He has to mismanage Astral Steps for that, because they only have the lift into a Mars Spear as disables. Maybe the Arena, if they can bonk him into it, but they do need all 3 of those disables to connect if they want to have the time to chew through him, and even then, He has a physical damage shield. Most of their damage is magical, or sorry, physical right now. It's a TA. It's a Troll Warlord. It's a Mars. Where are they gonna get the magic nukes from?
Agreed.
Olymp is the master of this game.
Yeah, he's
right
just
now.
playing aggressive. He doesn't care right now. He's doing what he's supposed to do right now, and I really enjoy watching this because they're applying the pressure that they can right now, which is Alliance, and they can just take their map control in time. They've got time to place some good wards around them. You can see that there's the cliff sentry placed down. It's too far away from this ops ward, so they also have the entire top area. But like you mentioned before, the triangle is still available for Winstrike, and they have that bottom tier 1 tower up and running. So not all of their vision and their area has been lost, but they cannot get to this bottom tier 1 tower and take Alliance's tower down yet. They've been here for quite some time.
Yes.
And
It's the only place where they can go. Nico Baby's just holding it. Look at him bursting that wave. Now he's going.
Well,
on
now
the
they're
offensive.
going. There's TSA Chikira coming in from the right with a troll. They've got the arena. They will pierce Nico Baby on the wall. The snowball to buy a bit of time. He pounces out of the pit. And Hansken will get a nice short block to keep DK Focus away, but TSA with the body block, so they will get Hansken killed. But Nico Baby was the big target. He got away, but that's also the 15-minute bounty rune, so a bit of extra economy going in favor for Winstrike, but it's still 2 bounties for Alliance. And they keep their carry alive.
It might be the bottom tower down now finally though, because this was the ultimate for Slack. This was the point where he knows he is going to survive no matter what they throw at him, and now he can't survive long enough for the backup to come in, so he has to give up this tower. And Lion said, alright, fine, I'm not going back to death this with any other heroes, with Slark or nobody. So you can have that space, finally, and a little bit of that chokehold gets lifted now. Just a little bit, though.
Just a little
FNG
bit.
is just killing creeps behind the tier 2 top.
Well, Young
Not a
G's
care in the
now
world.
800 gold away from getting his Desolator, but it's not going to be in time for this team fight that's about to break loose in bottom. Nico Baby will find kick, and the shard block from Hansken as well. DK Focus in trouble, so that's the
It's
secondary
so
kill.
perfect.
Very nice from the Tusk. I was like, shards, all right.
And she's so hard to kill.
And TSA
Again.
gets it as well.
Not a coincidence that she gets gone on at the same time. It is possible that FNG can play those moments a little bit more careful, but that would mean risking extra TPs into his skill. And look at that pink drawing by the Oracle right there. It's like, man, they own all of this. What are we gonna do about it?
Chikira's got to be careful here. There's some Alliance players around. There's even a Limp right nearby. So instantly out of there. They realize this area hasn't been safe for maybe the last 6 to 7 minutes. It's still not safe to go in there. But they are smoked up. And who are they looking for? If they can catch Limp in the river in the mid lane. But
He's not
there's
a
an ops
kill.
ward. So if their smoke pops, this will give him all the vision. So he's relying on the security of his vision. Maybe even bait with Rubik. Actually, we'll use the Shikuchi to scout around, and Winstrike will be left empty-handed. They won't find anyone here. Nico Baby level 13. Diffusal Blade, Yasha. Almost Sanjin Yasha completely built, so that's going to take away a bit from the crowd control that's being applied onto him. Also, the damage output from Slark goes up by a lot. Now there you go. Limp into the jump into the middle. They've got the troll. Chikirao will get away. Hansken blocks his own teammate, and he's still on the run for it. And now he pops his ultimate, turns around for the team fight, and Winstrike looking for it. And here comes CA with the Desolator. They take down Hansken. That's one. Nico Baby trying to take down the troll warlord. Here comes the Arena Blood as well, and Nico Baby will fall as well. Winstrike find two. And they're still keeping up the pressure here. Alliance are now backing away. And suddenly, out of nowhere, a team called Winstrike finds their courage and maybe even find more kills. TSA, they find S4, but S4 is just going to Shikuchi his way away. And this tier 1 tower is history.
That's a mid tower. And Limp using both of his astral steps on the jump in there, that's overcommittal, honestly. When you don't find that kill, when you spend both of the steps, you gotta back off. And I think Nico Baby was getting a bit impatient. He's like, man, I got a whole ass diffusal blade here and nothing to do with it yet. Normally I would have been in the action already. Well, maybe, just maybe, finish that Sanj up, get yourself a bit more HP, a bit more status resist before you try that again, because the burst damage potential coming out from this Winstrike team is still pretty high.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Olympus finished up his axe.
Well, we're 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes into the game. Roshan has not been contested so far by either team, and Winstrike winning the previous fight. And as I just talked about Roshan, look who's going in. So Alliance decide to make the move here. And they're completely in hiding from Winstrike, so Winstrike have no idea until now. They need to go for either a smoke play, but I think it's too late at this point. They won't be able to contest this in time, so the first Roshan Aegis going for Alliance.
I imagine Nico Baby's going to take that.
Oh, definitely. You want to have it on the Slark. He's on a very good game right now. He is only going to get stronger from here. Very tanky as well when that Sanjin Yasha finally arrives in his pocket. And a smoke up from Alliance as well. They get some information that Kick has just stolen their outpost. There might be someone else around. There's Chikira with the troll, Winstrike, moving around. TSA coming in with the Shikuchi, but he doesn't see on the high ground. Now he does, and he will get initiated on, but the Shikuchi, is it enough for TSA? Very low. Hanskin won't get the shards to block, so Rubik gets away. They pop the smoke, and no casualty lost so far, but 7 seconds. Bounty runes are going to spawn, and that outpost will be taken away. So Winstrike are deprived of XP as both outposts are being held by Alliance. And they are holding the high ground advantage. And here we go. They've got the arena. They found him some targets, and FNG will be blown up first. There's the snowball from Hanskin. Meanwhile, TSA tanking some hits in the background. He will be taken down. Hanskin will fall. Now onto the Troll Warlord. He pops his ulti just in time and turning around into Limp, and Limp will fall as well. And Alliance is struggling as 4 is also dead. Only 2 heroes remaining with the buyback coming in from the Enchantress FNG, keeping him busy. And they need to get Young G out of here because Nico Baby's just chasing this TA. FNG, dieback, and Nico Baby might just seal the deal. He does have an Aegis though, but this is fantastic for a Winstrike at this point. They spear him on the wall, they pop the Aegis, but he does have a pounce ready, so they will just instantly disengage from here. They see that there's people slowly coming up and some TPs, so they're out of there. Winstrike turn it into their advantage.
What a disaster for Alliance. They're extremely close to getting off the kill on the Troll Warlord, but he gets his ult up, turns around, and that's just Limp not calculating his damage quite right.
They were expecting,
Nico
though.
Baby's angry, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Says,
he wants revenge for that. And he catches TSA.
Down. Let me at him.
Nice shards. Hanskin's been on point with these most of the time, and TSA will give his life to Nico Baby with a double kill, so that's revenge.
Yep. What a beautiful walrus man you are, Hanskin. Delightful. I just can't get enough of good players hitting good skill shots. Never gets old.
Well, this could still lead into anyone's game, but this is exactly the TA power spike with 800 gold towards that BKB, so that on TA makes her a real force to be reckoned with. What about Troll? We haven't actually looked at Troll. Yasha, Basher, BKB on the works.
Is what cost Nico Baby the TA kill in the previous fight.
Yeah.
Honestly, very impressed with how Chikiro has managed to keep up his farm, even though he had to give up the entire triangle to that TA. And maybe Alliance's strategy of just giving up the bottom lane instead of coming back to properly def, they're coming back to bite them a little bit here.
Yeah. What do you think right now? What Alliance need to do? What's their strat? Are they gonna just wear out the TA power spike? They want to put any aggressive plays, because right now you can see that they're playing much more defensively on their own side of the map. They're not being next to their tier 2 towers. They're not inside the dire jungle farming aggressively.
Yep, and I think that's the right move. S4 can still totally play up like he's doing here. Even if he gets caught, he can time-lapse his way out of the arena blood, which still is the primary method of engagement.
Hanskin. Winstrike coming in, Limp in the trees, goes for the jump in onto TSA. Alright, let's remove him from the game. Hanskin will also die, but at least a return kill. Limp gets out of there. S4 on the chase, Diffusal Blade onto DK Fogus. Got the Crab Orchestra, but only giving a bit of vision, but they won't go with that minus armor. So it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yep, You can see the difference in Limp's approach here, where he was previously using both of his astral steps to go in. Now it's definitely only one. Blow someone up, get out. More of your traditional Void Spirit gameplay as opposed to his hyper-aggressive actions from earlier.
Oh, definitely.
He knows the danger.
4,000 in gold and 2k in XP for Alliance. Not a huge lead. Just a tiny one in terms of objectives, more to say. I mean, 2 and 2 on both towers, but they have one Roshan taken in between. They didn't get the best out of their Aegis usage. Maybe the second one will do a bit better for them. But I have to say, from Alliance, at least, Limp has definitely worked out really well with Hansken. You can say whatever you want that this guy has died 5 times this game. He has had like 80%, 85% of the time he's throwing a shard, it connects in a way that it's just perfect. He's missed a few, but he's given it a really good, valuable attempt. So I would not give any hate for this guy. He's doing what he can on this hero.
Yep. And Alliance have to be really careful now. I think they've seen the TA BKB, and it means that they simply can't fight her. Slark is not at the point yet where he deals enough physical damage to go toe-to-toe with these cores. And I mean, these are 3 right-clicking cores, and he is basically on his own. S4 is going to be dancing around the fight, same with Limp. So Nico Baby is going to have to tank most of the physical damage if none of his supports manage to, you know, grab a couple of hits for themselves.
Yep.
And that's a tough ask. He was going for Skadi earlier. He's now switching up in the BKB. I think that is the better plan, because Mans just needs to live in the coming 10 minutes or so. Next item
definitely
will follow. You're not going to win during this peak of the TAs.
Yeah, Chikiro almost has his BKB up and running, so that's going to be big for the Troll Warlord. He's had the opportunities to use his ultis pretty well. I mean, the reason why is if you just simply look at Alliance's draft, they don't have the lockdown that's really required to just change stun and control. So I think Slark might want to start building into that later on. He's going to go for a BKB. So I would really like to see a Basher maybe on the Slark just to mitigate a bit of the damage once you start building into Abyssal Blade and have the Vanguard on top to reduce the TA's damage output. Same thing with the Troll. But Winstrike, they're not giving any chill here. They're going to go straight towards bottom with a 4-man smoke. They reveal Chikiro in the lane.
Hansken
S4.
has a blink. This is huge for him. If he can get a save in this arena, then this entire Tusk pick has paid off.
They are waiting. They did see the haste being taken by Hansken, and Alliance think that there's something up, but they're going to bait with Chikiro, and the rest of Winstrike is actually moving away. So that's very close that Disaster doesn't strike them at that moment, but they're ready to go back. The smokes have ended. Alliance now see Chikiro coming back in. And who goes first? Who goes first? Limp will take the first move. The taunt is there, but it's not enough to blow him up, and he pops his BKB and his ulti as well. Nico Baby now taking the full brunt from this Troll Warlord. The damage will be dealt here. Nico Baby still in the fight. Hansken dropping really low as well, and this Troll will just chew him down. Nico Baby on the run now with the BKB running out as well. FNG in the middle of the battle, while Kick will be taken down as well. S4, he's still being stunned. They've lost the Troll Warlord though, and Alliance have a chance. They have an opportunity to turn this fight around, but blinks and TP's out. TSA out. TA out.
Oh, he's got him.
DK Fogus. He will at least stay here, but Winstrike managed to secure 2 of their heroes back home. DK Fogus not as lucky.
Excellent flank there by S4, taking care of that Oracle, making sure that after the Troll ult was over in the BKB that there was no saves left for him, breaking up those aggressive lines. And in the meantime, let's see how much damage, not that much was dealt by FNG, but a good job there trying to split up Winstrike, maybe sowing confusion in their comms before that fight went off.
Dire's bottom tower is in pieces.
Well, Alliance are now applying pressure. There's still 2 heroes dead for Winstrike for the next 20 seconds. They find Young G, but he's got a refraction on, so the blink will go through. S4, and Limp is right on top of the TA. They lost their charges. Nico Baby coming into the fight as well, but Oracle ulti will be expended here, and he will be blocked into the shards and the trees. So make that a dead TA. That's a big pick-off. 70 seconds gone. Does have a buyback available, but probably not going to use it. And Alliance, I think they're going to check on Roshan, but still 1.5 minutes until Rosh is going to be up.
Yeah, so this is the moment to re-establish your control of the enemy jungle. Let's see. The wards are on FNG though, and he has not made his way over. I do like it when these 5 supports actually come over to re-establish their control. I guess he's okay with the timers on his wards right now.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
He's taken some garbage in the Radiant jungle.
Yep. That's your mid-tier 2 tower gone, taken by Alliance. Now they've placed themselves a courier in the Roche pit to give the vision for Roshan to spawn. There's also a TA trap this time, so Winstrike will probably not pass away the Roshan attempt another time, I mean. They already gave away the first and they had no idea that Alliance were doing it. Or probably did, but just didn't want to contest it at all. But Alliance around Winstrike on their side of the map. Limp with the blink aggressively onto the Troll Warlord. Had the taunt coming out. And again, BKB and ulti right away, straight onto Limp, and there's the arena. There is a Weaver Axe, however, so S4 is making some saves happen here, so Limp is fine, going on the aggressive here onto the backline, while Shakira is now in trouble. He has no one around, not even the Oracle, and they're all just dying on Winstrike, and Alliance are punishing Winstrike right now. I have to say, S4 just played perfectly in that moment. DK Focus will also fall, make that a 4th death here for Winstrike, and Alliance have really broken Winstrike at this point, because now they can go to high ground, get themselves some objectives, and head straight towards Roshan, who has just respawned.
I gotta commend Hanskin there as well. He did not do as well on the blink reveal as I would have hoped, but that was exactly the moment to go in, save Limp, and Limp keeps his cool and immediately jumps over to the backline, so that once again Oracle cannot save his troll after the PPB is run out. It's just really nice teamfight coordination.
That's your top racks gone for Alliance. Winstrike left to lick their wounds. 15 seconds for the troll to be up, and Alliance will head straight towards the Roshan pit, farm the jungle camps, and head straight there. As Roche is up.
Gonna take care of this mid wave first, most likely.
And yeah, not gonna whack a meeple this time. So Winstrike, their power spike's pretty much over. They can still try and itemize to try and deal out damage. How do they save this Oracle? How do you outplay S4 hunting this Oracle the whole time? He doesn't have the money to even buy a Ghost Scepter.
That's basically the only thing I can think of is the problem. Like, give him some form of farm priority so that he can get that item up. But unfortunately for him, Alliance is actually not resting up one bit, and when you keep on fighting, you don't have time to get your supports those items.
Smokes will pop, Limp will jump into the fight, and Oracle in the front line. That's not what you want to have. And Kick will fall instantly. He will go for the buyback to join into this fight. A DK Focus. They've got someone impel on the wall. It's S4. So the Weaver's gone. Nico Baby dealing heavy damage here. DK Focus will fall as well. Now they have Young G in the middle of the battle. They will take down Hanskin. Maybe if they can, they will. And now with the TP trying to go out from this fight, Nico Baby trying to hunt down Shakira, and Shakira is left alone. That means Winstrike will lose all of their heroes. Pretty much, TA the only survivor, and Alliance will now secure the second Roshan for themselves. You do not want to have Oracle in the front.
No, you don't. I was just going to pass it over and just say, like, hey, Nico Baby is now at the point where if he stays in the fight for long enough, he'll get his stacks up. He'll get so much agi that the 3 right-clicking cores can't actually do anything against him anymore. And you can see that there, TA just TPing out. Very happy that Nico Baby does not have it back yet. But yeah, that's about it. They get to keep their TA alive. Roche given away. Aegis in the hands of the Sark.
There is a butterfly coming for the TA, and we can actually look at buyback status at this point, where you can see Troll, Tusk, and the Void are the only one who have buyback up right now. So if Winstrike end up losing another team fight, they are probably going to have to give up this first game for Alliance. If they do manage to wipe out Alliance, though, they can still have a lot of objectives to take down, so it's not the end of the world for Team A. But right now, they are so far ahead that they can keep up this pressure and make the initiatives, make the moves for themselves. A Limp is pushing the bottom tier 2 tower, which is the last outer tower. Nico Baby is quite alone in mid, though. Does have an Aegis. So he might just want to bait
no
out
lockdown
Winstrike, and he's going aggressive. First hit bash as well from Shakira. And here comes the spear, impaled onto the ice shards. But here's the snowball save from. They will lose the bonk. It will not hit down anything. The silence is still on Mars. He might have to pop his ultimate. And there we go. He has it up. Nico Baby. That Aegis might pop in just a few seconds. Hanskin is still being chewed down by Shakira. He will take down the Tusk. And Tusk is not buying back for this fight. It's too far away. Nico Baby still with the BKB up and running, trying to make some hits happen. Limp trying to chase away Young G. And Alliance are still holding their ground. So it's a 1-for-1 trade on both sides. Rubik will be up in 25 seconds as well, but that tier 3 tower is slowly falling down. Winstrike, what do they have left? There's no arena, there's no BKBs, there's no ult on the troll either. It's going to be a desperate attempt to try and jump in because Limp can just instantly disengage if that's the case. But Nico Baby will be the target here, but he instantly gets E-Weaver ulted as well. So he will be healed up. Oracle goes down. Limp is just chewing down the back line. They will also lose Shakira, so the troll is gone. And just like that, they take the racks. They get themselves 2 kills. And GG is called, so Winstrike will give game 1 to Alliance.
Very nice breaking of the tempo just after the laning stage there, but it does seem that Winstrike only got us